Hello and welcome to the Vetter Guns and Gear channel. Today I will be doing a brief tabletop review on a North American Arms 22 long rifle pistol. It's this guy here. This is a great pocket pistol, backup pistol, bug out bag pistol. But it's just the last line of defense pistol. But it's great. Now, this particular North American Arms, it did not ship with this grip here. On the actual video, you know, the cover art for this video that you clicked on, is how this pistol actually shipped. But I put this aftermarket grip here on here. It just makes the firearm a lot more manageable and easier to shoot and a lot more accurate, believe it or not. Give you guys a quick view of what the firearm looks like. It's unloaded. You could see the cylinder, you could see right through it. But yeah, it is completely unloaded. This firearm, it's been out for a number of years. It's single action only. You know, the sight picture's kind of crude. It only has a single blade here, front blade for sight. So that's kind of your sight picture when you're aiming down the firearm. That's what you could see. On the table here, I have a target from a range day not too long ago, several weeks ago. I was shooting. I started out at 5 feet and moved it out as far as 25 feet. And this is what I got. Not too bad, but you know, this firearm, it can bail you out in a pinch. This firearm, it actually comes in multiple flavors. When I say flavors, I'm talking calibers. This particular one here, it's the 22 long rifle variant. They make a 22 short, and they also make a 22 Magnum. I opted out and chose to go with the 22 long rifle because with the 22 Magnum, I've seen people do tests with the you know, ballistics testing, and you don't get the full powder burn with the 22 Magnum round. So it's just kind of a waste to I'd say it's a waste to even invest in that particular North American Arms. It's a second kind of cool, I guess. You could say, hey, I have a pocket pistol or a mouse gun that shoots 22 Magnum, but if you're not getting a full powder burn, you know, what's the point? The only thing I run out of this particular firearm, I run 22 Stinger. You know, great velocity. You could see right there, this is a 32 grain bullet, and it's moving at 1640 feet per second. But even that's going to be cut down. It does not travel at that speed simply because the length of the barrel here. Here, let me get a quarter and show you what the barrel looks like. That's a quarter, and that's the length of the barrel. So it's not a long barrel at all. Well, like I say, this firearm, it is it's a nice backup to a backup, if you will. It comes in, I think I mentioned it, but if I didn't, I'll repeat it again. It comes in at about a $200 price point. I replaced the handle. It came with walnut style handles, but I just couldn't handle it. I couldn't shoot the firearm at all because it was just too small. So I opted out and decided to spend a little more money and go with this here. Like I say, you could see what it does for the hands. I have big hands, but you know, I could handle this really great. You could see how fast I could unload, reload, shoot, unload. So with this being single action, you know, and 5 shots, I forgot to mention that. This is a 5-shot revolver, single action. I'll show you how you load this guy. cock it back. Actually, you don't even have to cock it back. What you do is take the pin here, pull it out. It's spring loaded, and it has a detent here, the little ball detent. As you push this in, the ball goes down. Here's the cylinder or chamber here, mag, if you will, just cylinder that holds 5 shots, as you could see. And that detent, it fits right here, the little ball, it fits right in here. So when you stick this through here, there you go, that's what it looks like. And this rod here, it rides right in that little center hole. So I'm not going to load it up. I'm in a controlled environment. Well, I know I had mentioned that I wasn't going to load the firearm because I'm working in a controlled environment, or I'm working indoors. But in all fairness, I don't think it would be fair to make this video without showing you guys, you know, people that are potential buyers. So without any further ado, here we go. This firearm is safe, as you could see through the cylinder. It's nothing in there, it's all clear. So the way you load it, you remove the pin, drop the cylinder, take your 5 rounds here, just take and drop them in the cylinder. And what you do is just place the cylinder. Let me drop this trigger. Okay. You just take and do a quarter cock, not even a quarter, just barely pull the hammer back. Not a big fan of how you have to load this by putting your hand in front of the barrel, but believe it or not, it's actually really safe. Because the hammer isn't cocked or anything when you're loading it, but that is how you load it. And I'm gonna unload it and continue with the video. But the way you unload it is, again, keeping your hand clear of the trigger. Just pull the pin, support the cylinder, and the cylinder falls right out just like that. So I'm just gonna set the rounds on the table. I want to show you guys one other thing really quickly. As anybody know that shoot 22 rounds often, 22s are a pretty dirty round, and you just take this pen. It doubles as a extractor. So all you do after about 50 or so rounds, you take and use this pen to push the spent shell casings, you know, one by one, just to clear the cylinder here, because again, after about 50 or so rounds, the cylinder tends to get pretty dirty, you know, so you want to keep it clear, or not keep it clear, but you know, you want to be able to extract the rounds and continue shooting. So that's how you do it. I'm going to talk about this here a little more in the video. This is Uncle Mike's pocket holster. It's a size 3 holster. If you are subscribed to my channel, I do a pretty in-depth video, so do take a look at that video. It's on my channel. It's already out there posted. I'm using it in another application, but it fits this application as well. So stick around and we'll talk about that a little more. Again, the only thing I run through this is 22 long rifle stingers. Very manageable firearm. I hear a lot of people complain about it, you know, having a hard time using a firearm. If you change the grip, it's a great gun, and very manageable, and you can get on target. Again, this was out anywhere from 5 feet to 25 feet, and I was able to get on target, no problem. I guess one other thing, I could show you how I carry this guy. I carry it in this Uncle Mike's. It's a size 3 holster. And just gonna reassemble this. Just pull the hammer back a little bit. Put the pan in. Just want to show you guys what it looked like inside the holster. The way you collapse this with the new handle, and as you guys could see, I'm flagging myself, but the firearm is unloaded. It's been safety checked, so you just squeeze the button in and collapse it just like that. This protects the trigger, so it won't go off in your pocket. But from there, I just drop it into my Uncle Mike's size 3 holster and throw it in your front pocket, and you're good to go. I will show you one last feature about this as I wrap up the review. This firearm, it has a built-in safety. You could half cock it, and it has these little notches right here. These notches allow you to rest the hammer, the blade, in between the notch. So you could see as you half cock it, you could spin this cylinder, and all you do is you take and rest the hammer between the notch. And from there, if this firearm was to drop, it would not come in contact with the round that would typically be sitting there, causing an accidental discharge. Up next is this guy here, the North American Arms 22. Get some range time with that. long rifle. .38 grain hollow point.